Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ranwin Parked podcast with special guest ZK.
Hello.
He's not actually special. He's just next to me in person, so if there's any weird audio issues, it's all Kurt's fault.
This is true.
I didn't know how he was going to respond to that, but I'm glad that he just accepted it. That is the Kurt JMac way. That is also the Kurt JMac way.
It is also the Kurt JMac way, where I'm like, somebody else is going to continue this conversation instead of me, right?
And
I
then
don't know where this is going.
I don't either. None of this, for such a simple change to the format, everything feels wrong. But
I'm in an old lawn chair that I had to clean.
we're sharing a microphone that I don't think is meant to do such a thing. And honestly, the two of us have been feverishly working, and I don't think
I'm going to have to stop you right there. That is an inopportune choice of words there, Cone.
Feverishly working?
Feverishly. Fever.
I mean,
And we're sharing a microphone
Yeah.
and a toothbrush.
And this is much less than 6 feet right now.
Hey, did you guys know that this is a show about car ads on the internet? That's what we're going to talk about today. Nothing else. There's nothing else to talk about. Including cars that ran when parked, because they're cars that
Because they're cars.
were running and then parked. I can literally hit you. Like, I can physically hurt you. My ad for this week is Ranwin Lies, because this is another classic example of the Ranwin Parked. Like, they say that, and then they try to make up a story. And this one says, it's a 1955 GMC Stepside Pickup. Truck was running when it was parked 5 years ago. Has 350 small block. Truck has some rust, but overall in good condition for its age. Interior dash is original. Clean title. The vehicle will be located in... Oh, I left that in there because I thought it said new barn. And I thought it was just like... We took it from one barn and put it in a new barn.
No, it's Newburn, from Finnegan's Garage.
Oh yeah, Newburn.
Yeah,
we know Newburn.
Yeah.
We don't know Newburn. Does this look like 5 years worth of sitting to you?
Maybe 5 years of trash.
Right. Like the amount this tree has introduced itself.
I could actually believe 5 years here.
Really?
Yeah.
But
I was going to say you might be able to date it based on the No Fear license plate
What?
on the front.
That's Fear This, Kurt.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the sequel to No Fear.
Is it? What was No Fear? Was that a thing? Like, was it a brand or something?
It's a brand, right?
Yeah, it's like a brand like Billabong or whatever. That was their slogan, and it was on all the shirts.
Nothing prepared me in life to hear Kurt say the words, a brand like Billabong.
But that makes sense, right? It's just
Yeah.
like a shirt that's all it says, and it's just advertising itself.
I guess.
See, the reason I say I believe the 5 years is that bush, and I know how fast a bush can get out of control, and that definitely looks like at least 5 years worth of bush.
Whoa, it's a car show, I thought.
Okay.
Moving along.
Also, the GMC pickup in the world of car faces has a car face that is as much like the cats that now make up Kurt's stream as possible.
Mm.
Like just grumpy, flat, but yet somehow wrinkly.
This one's the fog lights do not help with the buck teeth kind of impression.
They do not. And what's with the, like, I guess bullets here? What was this supposed to be? Who knows?
It's the design language
I guess
of
those-
Chevy in the 50s.
Those all should have been chrome too, right?
It looks like it's chrome that has been painted over, yeah. You know why? Because they had no fear.
They feared the chrome. Fear this. Well, we painted over it.
Is it gonna
I
steal
will
my
say that
memory?
the tires, how deep they're sunk into the ground, that's what I was going to base the age on.
Mm-hmm. That was this watermark right here has to be above 5 years, I think, unless it's a really soft soil. But either way, this is one of those ones you file under the Ranwin parked part does not matter. It makes no good to me that this was running before this happened to it, because it ain't running no more.
No.
That's like one of those ones that I file under the reason this show exists.
Do you always use this much hand motions when we're recording this?
I do. Have you never watched me stream before?
It's just different with this.
This is why I got called out on. I was on the Minecraft podcast last week, and I called them out for not using webcams. Well, I called them out because they are incredibly lazy. But they're like, the Minecraft podcast always had webcams because there was nothing else going on. And Matt looked at Random Park and he's like, you guys don't have webcams, but we have stuff on screen. Like, there's actually things to look at. So it makes sense to not have webcams.
I don't want to buy a webcam.
Also, ZK's cheap. Kurt.
These ads need to do a little bit better.
Kurt, please explain to me why you picked this car for this week.
So that you could describe ZK's reaction in person.
He tilted his head slightly to the right.
At least it's a four-door.
This is a 1962 Corvair Monza for $2,750. Barn find. This Corvair Monza has been parked in a barn since 1973. Just acquired it last month. Cleaned it up pretty well. Some dents and dings. Sandblasted the rims. Installed new tires. The car has not run since 1973.
So
They're
wait,
very specific about that 1973 year.
they did all the like cleaning and work and sandblasting the wheels, but never tried to get it to run?
Right. That's the weird thing about this. We'll take care of the cosmetics, but then we want to get rid of it. But this is also illustrating what you and I like about the four-door Corvairs.
The
Is that,
backwards baseball cap.
Yep.
yeah, the backwards rear visor.
This is going to come up again today, and you're
Ooh.
both going to go like,
Is it a Mini Cooper coupe?
No, I wouldn't. I would never do something that horrible.
So the thing is, you should know why they didn't try to get this running, because it's a giant pain in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, they're not
Look
the
at it.
easiest things to work on, but
Where
it's
do you
just
start?
like they said they sandblasted the wheels.
The hubcaps.
Okay, well,
I have a pile of those hubcaps that came with the car.
it is in
You gotta sandblast them.
nice shape. Like the paint's
Yeah,
pretty good.
It looks
Yeah,
exactly like mine, but with clear coat. And
Yeah,
like with the
less
paint in
rust.
like the paint in good condition, but like I swear there's that dent exactly the same place on mine.
You saying that's just like where people hit it?
Apparently, but it's also, I think mine used to be this color.
Really?
Yes.
I guess to me it's just rust. Like rust is just its color. I didn't even remember it being this
It's like
color.
it's a blue ish.
This one, I think this one has overtaken the second generation coupe. Used to be my favorite Corvair. The first generation sedan is now my favorite, but this one's an auto, so it's like super close to being
Oh, it is an auto. Whew.
my ideal, my ideal Corvair. But it's salvageable.
If people at home don't know, this is $2,750, which is about how much it would cost to get mine to run.
Right. Yeah. But unfortunately, you could get one that does run for like $3,500.
Yes, that's the
Corvair dilemma.
So every time I see one that's nicer than mine for like $2,500 and it runs, it makes me sad.
It makes you not want to work on your own.
Yeah.
Just the same as maybe this person saw one that was better than this one and ran for like $3,000, and they're like, "Oh, well,
Well,
we shouldn't bother."
I should have left it in the barn.
Or maybe they spent all the money on the Chevy in the background.
Could be. That's another Corvair thing. It's never like that could only be my cat.
Yep, it can only be your cat.
No,
Go on.
I forgot that you have cats now. I even made a joke about your cats. We both
soon
just
you
looked
forget.
behind us to see where Xerxes was. Oh boy, everything's falling apart.
Oh, I gotta show you a video of Toaster.
Oh, I saw it
Oh,
where
you
he's
did?
like trying to get the lizard, but he's like,
He's just broken.
he's broken. He's broken. Not as broken as the Kurt cats. Those cats are just broken by nature.
They're adorable, I'll have you know.
They're adorably broken. Speaking of adorably broken, ZK. Car you
With a
got.
Buick.
Where? Is this a picture of a picture?
This is a picture of a photograph that has been printed. Yes.
Look at my photograph.
That's how you. This is how you know it's a legitimate ad. A '64 Buick Wildcat that has apparently also been in a barn for 17 years or something, but it's one owner, and he inherited this car.
Okay.
So it's a two-owner car.
Did he did he inherit the car, or did he inherit pictures of the car?
I think yes. But yeah, it's pictures of the car, pictures of.
Look at how huge it is compared to the man. How are you supposed to reach the gas pedal?
You can land the helicopter on the hood.
That's a
Yeah, I know.
full-sized military helicopter, I'll have you know. Oh, this is it?
I assume so. This is literally
That's a
the only modern picture of the car in the ad.
That is a strange looking barn it's in.
I'm pretty sure that's a storage container. Yeah. Oh, we can't see that fender to see if it's still dented in the same exact way. I swear the paint looks like
Exactly the same.
exactly the same. Hey there. Hi. Thanks for posing for the picture.
I also like that I didn't have to Photoshop out the license plate.
Oh, that's creative.
Maybe
I think that's
they
the
did
first
that.
one of those.
Yeah, they did it. They probably, poured a little bit of coffee onto it right there.
Do you think they would destroy this like momentum?
This momentum. Oh, we're destroying momentum today.
Let's just get through this.
Okay, so they got pictures of a vehicle, the owner's manual for a vehicle.
Maybe they just found a box of stuff on the side of the road. And they're like, yes, I have this car for sale. Look at me posing next to it for sale.
Like, why wouldn't they
Go outside and
take pictures of it? I don't understand.
Yeah, they have
2. Oh, this is the owner protection plan. Like
Yes.
that kind of protection, like
I mean,
Texas style.
it's a Buick.
I don't know what that means. it's a Buick. Get a shotgun. It's a Buick. Okay. This is weird. This is a great car, a unique classic with an amazing engine, a great candidate for restoration. I just don't have time and have 2 kids in college. Time to part with it. The 2 kids in college. That's a Ranwin Park door right there. I tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
When it was like Ranwin parked when the 35mm pictures were taken, that's next level. All right, well, let's just continue this bizarre installment of Ranwin Parked with I'd make that mistake.
Sit on a bed of lies. A bed of lies.
So remember the whole baseball cap thing? I'm going to start this with, they are bad.
Yes.
I don't like BMW Minis. I like Minis, like Austin Minis. The BMW Minis are nightmare mobiles. However, the Mini Cooper Coupe S is so bizarre that I've fallen in love with it. And also, I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've ever used an ad from Auto Trader. And ZK just got up and left the room.
You love a BMW?
I mean, please look at this. Look at this roof line.
Literally
look at it.
everything is wrong.
Exactly. How could you not love it?
Easily.
Look at this side profile. Is that not the dumbest thing you've ever seen? Kurt, opinions?
I agree. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And I distinctly remember, I don't, it was probably in your Discord or something, that it came up before that you had a wayward affinity for these.
Yeah. I think the part of it that I really like the most is the fact that the front and the back are literally just a bog standard Mini. And then it's got like a coupe roof on it. So it still has a full-sized and full-height trunk and butt.
Did they start with the cab? Like the cabriolet?
No, it starts...
Because it looks like they just trimmed around where the top would be and stuck a piece of glass there.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what they...
I mean, that's what it looks like to me. They did not try very hard with this.
Strong disagree. It's just so cute.
But it has a trunk.
Can we also talk about the spoiler?
Is it stuck on or does it like pop up?
I hope it pops up, or that is the world's most useless spoiler.
Right, yeah, it's really like sunk in there too. It must pop up or something.
So that means there's a mechanism underneath there eating up those 2 cubic feet of storage space.
Oh, it's as impractical as you could possibly make a vehicle.
But like in the wrong way.
I don't understand how it can be the wrong way.
This just looks like a Beetle to me. It's literally a BMW Beetle.
It's like a overweight cappuccino.
Yeah, like gotten
It's
on
just all
in
very
years and
bubbly.
let himself go.
So
I
here's the
don't- I don't
question: since
appreciate
you've driven the Fiat 500 betwixt the two,
I really liked... I need you to turn your head the other way. I really liked the Fiat 500 and the Abarth version of it until I drove one. And then I never, ever, ever, ever wanted to drive one ever again. I drove a regular Mini Cooper S before I got the Audi because it was in the same price range. And it was fine. They were just too normal. Like, it's just too average feeling. It's not very exciting to drive. It's not very exciting to look at. But when you put the hat on backwards, suddenly it gets a lot more
Cool
appealing.
kid.
much more street cred.
The big thing is they were then like 15 grand. Now they're like 7 to 10 grand.
How many miles were on this one? Do you have it anywhere?
I don't remember.
Yeah, because after the first 15,000, they're trash.
I drive an Audi.
This is a BMW. It might be worse.
Probably.
I think the BMW Minis are literally like the worst reliability that you can get, period. As far as how often they break and how expensive the parts are.
Maybe.
Like, I think normal BMWs have like this baseline, but they're not actually that bad.
But did you see the roofline? Like,
Let's just go.
Okay. All right. Fine.
I'm tired
Fine.
of looking at this thing.
It's basically.
I can't like turn off my monitor. I guess I could walk out of the room.
It's
again.
basically every bit as good as a sedan Corvair.
Exactly.
He rests his case.
Kurt.
I have a $2,500 1986 Subaru GL hatchback. A classic Subaru running. And this is, we don't see it enough here on the show, but this is my favorite Craigslist misspelling.
Mine too.
Is a 4-speed Manuel. The old Manuel transmission. He was very popular. New stereo, new audio system. That sentence is the same repeated.
Gotta have 4 lines.
2,500 best offer.
4-line minimum on Craigslist.
Yes.
Manuel could have had his own line.
Manuel.
Manuel. So yeah, just and not, you know, like I'm looking at old Subarus, but just an old hatchback Subaru. Bigger than what's the smaller Subaru? Or am I thinking of something else?
No, you're thinking of the Subaru. It was the one. You had one. You had one on the show. Not you.
Yeah.
You.
Subaru.
This is weird. He's like, you had one on this show as he's.
All right,
literally
Kurt, you're gonna have to drive
staring
over
at
to
me.
finish this out. This isn't working. I don't remember what it was though. I want to say it had its own like.
Right, it
Weird
had its own name.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, this is actually in the same family as the Brat.
I was gonna say it's like the Brat, but with like.
Right, because this is a Subaru GL. The Brat is actually a GL Brat.
Mm.
I think there's round headlight versions of these too, if I remember correctly.
Probably as rare as the Coupes.
Oh yeah, might be the same car. I think that is a GL Coupe. I think.
Oh, missing the lug nut there.
Oh yeah. That stud looks smooth.
Ooh.
No. Interior is very clean. That is a clean interior there, Kurt.
It is. It is very clean. It's got the spare tire.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess the passenger seats are not very clean.
Ooh.
No
I
one
guess
sits back there.
must be in the sun. Very Spartan, I would say, for the interior.
Remember to wash
Very
and
Spartan.
wipe.
Wash wipe.
Wash wipe. Oh, the dial headlight thing instead of
Oh, that must change when you turn the knob. Right? Or no?
No. I think it's just telling you which is which.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
It's just weird that it's inset like that. It feels like it would switch depending on what you've set.
Like a little rotary display thing.
These rotary dials for the stocks were very popular for like 2 years. Like 300Z, Supra, RX-7, they all had these, but only like even within the model years, like even within a generation, they were like, on second thought, this is a dumb idea. So I don't think people appreciated them. It kind of looks like a Dodge Omni a little bit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it is neat that it's like, you know, a small coupe 4-wheel drive car. That's what I think of when I think of a Subaru.
The hatchback.
Did I say coupe?
Yes.
You said coupe.
Listen,
2-door hatchback.
audio
Three-door.
and auto elitists over here. I approve of this mistake. $2,500 seems like a little bit more than I would mistake for it. But
True.
It's OBO.
it is OBO. Maybe they could keep their
The three
stereo
magic words.
and audio system and grab it for $2,000 and then do some dirt road funness.
Please no Rambler.
It's the Subaru Justy.
Justy, thank you for
Was
that
the
bit
like a
of
smaller hatchback.
Google foo. I like it. That was a loud blonde. ZK. What the heck?
So you know that Mini? How would you like 5 times the vehicle for $2,000 less dollars?
How did you not use the word maxi?
Listen, it's been a long couple of days.
Feverish, in fact. All right.
So a 1979 Kenworth K100 cab over, kind of the classic Transformers Optimus Prime looking design. Just add a few blue flames and stuff on there.
That's all. Yeah, it's the only part. Then it'll be a Transformer.
But I saw this because it's, you know, I seem to be attracted to cars where the dollar per pound ratio is really good.
I gotta tell you, this price of scrap is not that good right now.
But that's a lot of truck for a little money. And look, they rebuilt the engine less than 100,000 miles ago.
Less than 100,000 miles ago. I know of these trucks pretty well because my grandparents drove one just like this. And yeah, it's a truck.
It's a truck.
That's about all I can tell you.
It's got a 13
How much does it weigh?
How much
There's
does it weigh?
I don't know. It's got to be.
You
at
passed by
least-
that little door card. I don't know if it's on there.
No,
no,
just
it
engine
no.
stuff.
probably has the gross weights on there.
One of my favorite features is the handles under the windshield.
Mm-hmm. So you can pull the cab down.
Yeah, that's how you pull the whole cab forward. But, you know, the rest of the time, it's just crying.
Oh, I like him. I like to imagine him as little eyebrows.
Oh, boy.
You have dir, int, and low.
Okay.
And you have RR and R.
All right.
4, 9, and
1.
1.
5, 10, and 2. 6, 11, and 3. 7 and 12. 8 and 13. Simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's so simple. How could you ever get mixed up?
People all talking about, like, you know, in the C7, oh man, it's got a 7-speed manual. Nice leather ceiling.
Oh, I can smell this truck.
Yeah. It's also like sleeper cab. And,
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
Mm.
It looks like a smoking lounge, and it looks like it's
Oh, it's going to smell like one, too.
Yeah.
Every trucker that I knew growing up smoked heavily and in the trucks, and it was just leather and smoke inside of them.
and this was from the 80s. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
But another thing, like, if I had a place to put this, like, I want a giant truck for no reason, and this is one of the cheapest.
That's
cool-
definitely one of the most Texas things you've ever said.
Was it the very first episode where I had, like, the blinged out big rig?
Yeah. I can't remember what it was called. It was
Was it? It wasn't
It was-
Big Pete.
it was something like that though.
Yeah.
Because it was a Peterbilt.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember what it was though. It was a long time ago. I'm gonna put this low on my believability.
You don't think if I had a place to put this that I wouldn't buy this or a dump truck or another medium to heavy duty vehicle?
I feel like a dump truck is more believable. Like, what are you gonna do with this?
No, tow the trailer.
We talking like trailer home? What do we? Dual 150-gallon fuel tanks. Have fun.
Gonna need every last drop of that.
That's
I think, yeah, 782,000 miles.
that's got to be the most mileage we've seen on anything so far.
It was just rebuilt less than 100,000 miles ago.
Get out. Get out. All right, everybody. I promise I'm making a pledge right now to be less interesting. We got called out last time. Our mildly interesting was downright interesting last time around. So we've really been missing the mark here. So
Sorry, we'll have to tone it down a little.
let's bring everything down here, and we're gonna start with the 1978 Mercury Bobcat. It's a nice little car. Just plain. It doesn't get better than an ad that literally says, just plain. No AC. Great starter. Thanks. Car run. Good. And drive good. Thanks. We'll do trading and... No, we'll do some trading depending on what? No guns. Need to be auto. Oh, bro. You know. Oh, bro. So I guess this is a Mercury Pinto?
I have no idea. I've never heard of the Mercury Bobcat. Those wheels are cool, though.
Whoa, easy now. Easy.
Yeah, whoa.
That's the only interesting part on the car. Therefore, it is mildly interesting.
Not the Bobcat.
I was going to say, actually, that badge is kind of neat.
These are literally the only 3 pictures they have as well, because they know.
Yeah.
It's just plain. Why? Why would they bother making a Mercury version of this?
Was it to sell to grandma or something?
I don't know.
Like,
and those have got to be
it's
the
pristine.
biggest safety bumpers I've ever seen.
There's not a
Gotta
scratch
fill in those
or a
gaps
dent.
with more body.
There's the same thing on the back too. It's like, of course,
Need some of those.
are these are the exploded cars, right?
So they say.
Okay.
If this is in fact a Mercury Pinto.
Because I'm thinking, just giving it a little bit of extra cushion.
I wonder if those are the stock wheels or aftermarket.
I almost feel like they're probably too interesting to be the stock
Yeah.
wheels.
They can't be stock, no.
No.
But they're
Era
yeah,
aftermarket.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I could find it in my heart to make a place for this.
You know what is mildly interesting about this? It is 22,000 miles original for $3,250.
Allegedly.
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 Yeah,
That
allegedly.
might have been a mistype.
True.
I don't believe there's an extra zero.
You don't think there's 220,000 miles
No.
on it? I doubt that the odometer went above 100,000 anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is probably the nicest Mercury Bobcat in the world.
It might be the only Mercury Bobcat in the world.
But that's it's almost a shame that somebody wasted all of their good efforts in maintaining something and it ended up being this.
This brown, blobby, tan interior.
There's so few cars that I cannot find a place in my heart for, and this one has managed to find that place. Not in my heart.
I wonder what engine is in this thing.
Get to the Google.
I am.
Don't find anything too much. Don't go and tell me it's got like a 427 in it or something.
Well, then that would make me better in this segment than you.
Is this too interesting?
I am already like I feel
Um,
like my heart rate went up.
Well,
Which direction is it facing?
Exactly. They're asking $12,000, so
All right.
now your
Not interested.
interest has been very milded.
Mm-hmm.
A 1960 NSU Prinz,
Oh, of
an
course, the
extremely
Prince.
rare German micro
No,
car.
I'm not interested.
Rear engine, air cooled, 2 cylinders. So essentially, that Subaru, the Subaru I had a few episodes ago in the Ran-Wen Parked.
Oh, the 360 thing.
Yeah. Mostly restored 10 years ago, kept in a garage. It gets lots of looks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then RE Fiat MG Triumph Mini 360 Assetto.
That's confusing to look at.
It's confusing.
I can't read the badge.
Prince.
Prinz. Think Freddie Prinz Jr.
Oh, that's what it is. It's like if I wrote Prinz.
Right. That looks so much like the Porsche badge. It's not even funny. It's like a stretched Porsche badge.
Oh, by the way, it was a Pinto.
It was a Pinto.
Mm-hmm. So it had just like,
That
there was
whatever.
an optional crappy V6.
NSU Prince.
Wait, is that the brand or the model?
Oh, good point.
NSU Prinz. To the Googles.
To the Googles. So much Googling today.
That's too interesting.
Yellow, red, and white is a bold color scheme.
Yes, yes, it is.
But thankfully, they toned it down with the Looney Tunes wheel cover. What are you?
That was way too much excitement for the segment.
True. I might have failed you. I'm sorry.
I think. Now, I'm not sure. Okay, don't take my word for this, but I think that's an engine. If you look real close, these look like spark plugs.
So is it a 2-cylinder?
Said it was a 2-cylinder.
Is it a 2-stroke?
Probably.
A 583cc 2-cylinder. I'm looking for more
Wheeler.
with a grand 20 horsepower, 10 horsepower per piston.
Now there is some advertising.
It doesn't. It says the noisy 2-cylinder. So
It'd be funny if that's like what they called that line of engine.
Oh, the noisies. It's so.
It's cute.
I see. NSU, previously a motorcycle company.
Mm.
They should have
Decided to
stayed a motorcycle
Delve into.
company.
Oh,
Ooh, there was a sports Prinz that looks
Ooh.
exactly like a Volkswagen. You know,
I know what you're talking about, but I forgot what it's called too.
yeah, the
Yeah.
fancy name.
That's a suspicious silhouette in the background.
That's a bug.
Mm,
Looks like another micro car.
Carmen
over
Gia,
here.
is that what you're thinking of?
yes,
Okay.
I was not thinking he was thinking of a Carmen Gia. I don't know how you got there.
The fancy Volkswagen.
Oh,
even this front kind of has like those two grills under the headlights that are similar.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess I could see that in it.
This one has a very nice mustache, though.
Mustache. For no reason. Like there's no. That is purely a styling mark. So strange.
Oh, guess what? NSU was acquired by Volkswagen in 1969.
Well, there you go. I don't know where that brings us, but that's
From bugs to bugs.
The successor to the NSU Prinz was the front-wheel drive Audi 50. You could say that Cone owns a Prinz. Derivative.
okay.
Down.
Yes, that is something you
Relative
could say.
cousin.
I could say that. I decided to buy the modern Prinz.
One of them was called the TT, a model.
You're
The
kidding me.
NSU TT. Nope.
Well, this is frankly weird now. This is mildly weird, not mildly interesting. Huh. Baffling. What a baffling vehicle that was.
A baffling vehicle that we will forget.
Now, something actually mild. A 2003 Mercury Marauder.
Didn't we literally just talk about this?
Yes, and I had one of these ready to go.
Oh, okay.
So, I know all about Marauders. Like,
Whoa, you sound pretty interested in this.
there's like two things to know. It's a Crown Vic painted black.
All right, I'm sold.
The mildly interesting thing about these is that this is basically Ford's answer to the Impala SS, where it's like Ford had the Caprice and they made the cop car out of it, and then they sold a fancy one with a good engine and the heavy-duty suspension, but it was still just the same kind of basic car. This is Ford doing the same thing, you know, a decade later.
A decade later.
Yeah. The Impala SS was 94, 5, 6. And
Oh.
they did these like 2003, 4, 5.
Because I would have a hard time deciding that those were from different eras. Like, this car looks like 1995.
Yeah, and it's just...
I love that we hop straight from this to the back seat.
it's a cop car.
It is a cop car. Like this, you only buy this vehicle to make people nervous on the highway.
Yeah. But it's the sporty... I don't know. The sporty...
Did they have a hot engine? I feel like I remember
They
them
had
having like the Cobra engine or something.
Yeah, it was like the normal Mustang engine.
Oh.
Where the other cars got like a V6 usually or something. But they got the best of the commonly available engine.
Wow. That is so, like, if you had to look up the word uninspired in the dictionary, this interior.
But it's got gauge pods. That's how you know it's cool.
Yeah, from AutoZone.
Yeah, I doubt they even work.
They care so little about this car. They've got the freaking, what are these things called? Why can't I remember?
Floor mat?
Floor mat. They got the floor mat in sideways.
No, that's so you can read it from when you open the door. You can tell what car you're getting into.
The only thing that's interesting here is the seatbelt coming up through the seat.
Oh, weird.
That is weird.
It's for the extra wide set so you can get all the extra room. Or normally you just have to stop the seat there.
That's probably legitimately it, but I don't think I've ever seen that before. Not on a front seat.
Yeah.
Even those like front pockets to catch all your crumbs.
No, I didn't realize that was a pocket. I thought that was just like the seat being torn. But no, that looks intentional.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, the passenger has one too.
Ooh, the power controls in the door.
Yeah.
Oh.
When you got to start pointing out things like the power controls in the door, that's a boring vehicle right there.
Mm-hmm. It's mildly interesting.
How about $7,500?
These were on this year's Haggerty like investment list or something. Not this one. This one's kind of rough.
They must have something better for an engine. Like, is it at least like the 3-valve modular V8?
It was just like
Those were words, Kurt, believe me.
Mercury Marauder. You know how there was the Bobcat to the Pinto?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is the Marauder to the Crown Vic.
But why was this worth $7,500 and the other ones are worth $75?
It was the cool one. Apparently they were only 2 years, 03, 04.
Okay.
And then they had the 302 horsepower 4.6 modular V8.
See, yeah, that is like the
good one.
The good one, quote unquote. All right. I'm sedated.
Apparently they only made 11,000 of them.
11,000 seems like a lot.
There's more Roadmasters in Impalas.
Yeah, but the Roadmaster doesn't cost that much.
There were less SVXs.
And the SVX is cheaper.
Mm.
He's giving me a look of like, what's your problem here? All right. Well, hopefully we brought it down enough for everyone. I feel like Kurt kind of brought us up, but ZK has brought us way back down into mild land. And it is time for the best ads of the week. But first, we must look at last week's winner, Kurt JMac, with a blowout 76% for the world's only pristine Tercel. In second place, the long bug. And in third, the Cushman. That was, you can tell, like, I hate that you can see who I voted for. I need to go in, like, incognito and get this. But yeah, no, Kurt's, that was the best. I mean, it's the best Tercel, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I kind
of
of
time capsule.
Kind of wanted it. Like, a part of me wants it. But
I don't feel like I'm a good enough owner for it.
that's kind of what I was thinking too. Like, and especially because I'm gonna hate the car. Like, I'm gonna treat it like crap. It'll never be this nice ever again. All right, well, let's see if we can dethrone the Kurt JMac this week. Starting off with my stealing a bit from Mighty Car Mods. Is that even legal? Because I don't think these are legal to have here, are they?
They are. I actually know what this is.
All right, well, you're going to have to tell me because this is a 2012 VPG MV1.
So, I saw one of these parked in a neighborhood once, and I had zero idea because the badge is weird. They look weird. What these are...
Kurt.
Yeah, they look kind of like a melted Hummer, almost.
Okay.
What these are a specifically designed vehicle for, like, accessibility for, like, wheelchairs and stuff.
By who?
I think it might be, like, a GM subsidiary.
No. Really?
Yes.
I was convinced that this was some kind of like AliExpress automobile.
No.
Like they ordered this and it showed up 4 years later. They're like, oh, this isn't very nice at all.
That's what I thought the first time I saw one. I was like, who melted a Hummer?
And it's a 2012 and they only want $2,500 for it.
Yeah, no, but the thing is that these were like super expensive because they are essentially custom vehicles. And I'm pretty sure anyone who has one, it was bought for them by insurance or something like that.
Like this interior.
What do they call it? The
MV1.
MV1.
V1.
It everything about it is as if a child drew a car, basically. And they were
Oh.
like, we'll make that.
That makes sense. It was designed in Florida.
Fair. That's fair.
Oh, everything has
Yeah.
fallen into place.
Yep. By who though? It was an American automobile.
Vehicle Production Group LLC, built at an AM General plant.
It's got a 4.6 modular V8 in it?
Yeah, it's basically a Marauder.
What you've done is you found a Marauder.
And yeah, you can see like it's
Yeah, this one looks like they
Got a low floor.
stripped it out or something.
What?
Because there's supposed to be the ramp, like the powered ramp there.
right. But it's so weird looking.
It is very bizarre, and like you said, a child drew a picture of a car.
That
I was about to say, a child drew a picture of a British black cab.
right.
Yeah.
It has that rear end look to it, and sure enough, they're used for accessible taxis.
I just came into this so expecting it to be some kind of like weird import. But no.
No, it was designed here.
It's Florida Man the car. All right, I guess that's what I'm going to title my entry this week is Florida Man the car. And Kurt.
Are you ready for the new Fast and Furious? Well, you can be with your 1993 or 1994, nobody knows, Honda Del Sol Fast and Furious for $1,500.
I need that to be a little bit clearer. Could you get a little closer to the mic for that?
I said I
Really?
almost want to buy this.
He almost wants to buy this.
So let me get this straight. I get disdain looks for wanting to buy a Mini Cooper Coupe, but you get to say I want this.
It's $1,500 for a B16.
Oh,
And it'd be hilarious to drive this around for a few days before pulling the motor and crushing the rest of it.
Well, they'd let you know that you probably could drive it home if you don't torque up the engine and have someone else with you just in case it dies.
You see, the mic was blocking my view from that line.
but yet they give you like all this information at the end, like talking that up, like swapped over from a 94 with only 75,000 miles on it. It has a red line of 8,200 RPM. By the way, it's about to blow up.
I'm pretty sure there was even more text that was cropped off. But yeah, Fast and Furious.
Wait, what? The spiked yellow rims come with the car.
I'm sorry, what?
The
I
spiked
don't
yellow
see
rims.
spiked yellow rims.
I neither see. Maybe the.
Go slow through these pictures, by the way.
No, these are the spiked yellow rims, Kurt.
Oh, those are the spiked yellow rims.
They're spiked inwards.
They just look, it's the biohazard look symbol.
Sorry, I'll go slow through the pictures.
No.
Here's your detail.
It's so much nicer being on this side because there's actually like frames and no lag.
Oh.
And like I
You
can
don't have
actually
to wait
see
for the-
all of the pixels.
JPEG pixelization to render.
Yeah.
That front end is just
So
the worst.
It's an angry catfish.
It is an angry catfish.
He's so
And the hood
mad.
doesn't close all the way.
Interior is minimalistic,
Yes.
but thematic.
It's just missing carpet. Otherwise, it's stock.
Sure. Center console. The side trims.
Yeah.
That's an engine.
That's a B16 with the cold air. Quote unquote.
Gosh, those wheels.
Is that this car?
That's this car, and that is
Yes.
like, that is the, what is that site called? That was real big when, like, AOL was big. That you would post your car on. You'd have, like, a picture collage of it. Car domain. This is, like, your car domain page right here. Someone out there remembers. Please.
Oh, that's a Del Sol meat in the top right.
Oh, it is.
I've actually been like looking at Del Sols because if you could find one of the B16 ones stock, because that was like the only B16 we got stateside. I think it'd make a nice little daily.
There's a bunch of them right there. You
Yeah,
just have to go back in
that's-
time 30 years.
I was gonna say that looks like these were taken in 2003.
Yeah, with their, like, point and shoot camera that this was all the pixels you got.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Need I say more? Best ad.
Ladies.
You've gone real low, Kurt. I didn't know winning this this best ad thing meant so much to you.
Oh my.
I mean, just there's nothing more 2003 than this, too.
Mhm.
Like that is, it's just, I can't believe it.
Oh, believe
Can't
it.
believe
It's out there. It could be yours.
Oh boy, you got a tagline yours, Kurt. We need your tagline. That's a new thing I'm doing.
Need my tagline.
Yep, mine was Florida Man the Car. Yours is.
Well, I'm just looking at this line in the ad that says, "I want someone to take everything having to do with the car, on it or not." Does that include what's in the last picture?
On it or not.
I mean, it has to do with the car.
They are on it, and some of them are not.
I'm assuming there are still some prints, body prints
Hasn't washed the car
left
since.
on the hood.
Oh no.
Boob prints. I'm talking about boob prints. Right there on the hood.
Kurt's Fast and Furious Special
Mmm.
or ZK.
Stack of Miatas.
Why would you do this?
Well, you see, I understand where this guy's coming from, because when you have so many cars and only so much space to put them,
Okay.
sometimes you just gotta stack them on top of each other.
Okay.
It's a really strong windshield frame, is all I gotta say.
That was my first thought as well. Was that is good advertising for the rollover protection. Yep.
It's a Miata on a Miata.
I just
This
want
is
to
how
know.
cappuccinos are made.
They're the smallest car possible. They're the smallest car. They're like, oh, we don't have room for both of these on the ground. Stack them on top of each other.
What gets me is the one on the bottom looks like it has a better body than the one on the top.
It certainly does.
And the top one has a motor in it.
And wheels.
And nice BBS wheels, actually.
That's truly baffling.
The other one is on the wheels that are under it.
Yeah, just on the sill.
in a similarly precarious balance situation.
Right.
Yeah, how much
There's
force
a
do you think
physics
it would
lesson.
take to push for it to just like rotate
No.
or like and like fall off?
Huh. I like that this one still has like its autocross numbers on the side of it.
Well, it has a fully built engine.
Okay.
You know, with the intercooler sticking out of the hood.
Right. That's how it was positioned originally.
That runs perfectly to where they, decided to stack it on the top of another car. To keep it nice.
Well, that's just sad.
$1.
$1.
Dollar for a stack of Miatas.
All right.
Can't get a stack of pancakes for that.
I really like the numbers are still on the side. That's just like the ultimate rage quit. Blew up on the last run. Go stack it on top of the other one. We'll build a new one. Okay, so we have Florida Man the Car, Fast and Furious, and
The stack.
a stack of Miatas.
The stack.
The stack.
Welcome to the stack.
I want you to contact them and be like, hi, yeah, I have a blue Miata. Could you stack it on top of those other two that you have?
How far can we get this to go?
It's Miata's all the way down.
All right, by golly, we've made it to the end. I don't know how. I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought
Fortunately, you can't stop time.
I wanted to so bad at the very start because it just felt so wrong. No more in-person recordings
No.
unless it's all three of us.
And we each have our own mic.
And we each have our own mics, and I remember...
Rooms and computers.
Yeah. And I remember who has a cat and who doesn't. All right, well, thank you for putting up with this bizarre installment of Ranwin Parked. Thank you, as always, for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Boob prints.
We can't make that the title.
I need those 16 cents.